Man, some of these rappers just don't know when to stop.
Nine individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams...
All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Hooked on Hip Hop. I'm your boy, Black Pharaoh. Let's get into this Pooh Shiesty situation. Now, I'm going to be straight up. A lot of rappers is stupid. Straight up dumbasses. Idiots. IDT&T. Damn near autistic, if you ask me. Nah, let me stop. That's disrespect. That's being disrespectful to people who are autistic. I'm not going to even do them like that. Pooh Shiesty robs Gucci Mane. Fresh out of jail. Got out of jail in October last year. On home surveillance. That means this dude got an ankle monitor on. GPS tracker. That means wherever you go, I can see. So you can't back out, and when you get questioned by the police, you can't back out and say, nah, I wasn't there. Your ankle monitor, bruh. Then you take your partners with you. And then, worse than that, your daddy. That's the person that's supposed to be talking some sense into you. Your daddy. Handle it another way. You don't hold your boss at gunpoint and demand him let you out of a contract. Now, some people are saying that Gucci snitched. Let's see what they're talking about.
Nah, don't call laws now. Get them niggas their money. You sitting up there, bird feeding them, putting them on them 360 deals, getting all the millions and millions off of them. Then you don't want to give them their money. That's why they went in there and taught your ass something, took the jury. Fuck the jury, that's all the nigga had on him. Yeah, but we already know what they gonna say. Gucci Mane the snitch, he the snitched on nigga. Man, ain't nobody gotta tell nobody when a nigga see you on camera taking a nigga and roughing them up and taking the jury. But at the same time, give them their money, bro, and this wouldn't even happen.
Now, in some ways, I understand what bro's saying. I ain't agreeing with everything he's saying. But if you are dealing with a legitimate business as 1017 Records is, what you're dealing with, what you have to do is you have to get you entertainment lawyer, music law. Get you a lawyer. If you should have known this whole situation would have happened if you had a lawyer read over your contract and say nah, because he was saying a 360 deal. Yeah, from what I understand, 360 deals ain't where it's at. But you do this and expect to get away with it. You go on Instagram or you load up a video on the good old worldwide interwebs and upload your spoils, your ill-gotten spoils, right? Now, he was right. Gucci didn't have to snitch. Gucci didn't have to snitch. You snitched on yourselves. I hadn't seen the video, but I've heard and seeing, you know what I'm saying, seeing people constantly talking about the video that was uploaded. I hadn't seen the video, but I'm gonna look for it and I'm gonna put it in here. So yeah, let's go.
Fox 13 was on the scene early yesterday as federal agents raided a Cordova home owned by Lontrell Williams Sr., the father of Pooh Shiesty. Now, today we learned the investigation stretches from Dallas to Memphis and beyond. Fox 13's investigative reporter Kayla Solomon joins us live from the federal courts downtown. Kayla, Williams Sr. and some other men are now charged. They're expected to be in court tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Darcy, we know that Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, is expected in a federal court in Texas. But this indictment is more than 30 pages, and it outlines some of how prosecutors say all 9 men are involved in this alleged robbery and kidnapping. They say it all stems from a recording contract.
Case came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence.
Federal prosecutors say a business meeting in a Dallas recording studio turned into guns drawn and a robbery. One of the victims is listed as RD, the initials of Roderick Davis, better known as rapper Gucci Mane. He owns the label Pooh Shiesty and Rodney Wright Jr., a Big 30, are signed to.
As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint.
Ryan Rabel, the U.S. attorney in Dallas, outlined some of the evidence connecting Pooh Shiesty, his dad Lontrell Williams Sr., Big 30, and 6 other people to this crime.
The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items.
Rabel says some of the suspects posted images wearing some of the stolen items to social media. He says investigators also discovered records showing Pooh Shiesty was at the music studio, which violated his release conditions. Other records show his father's involvement.
Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group, surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least 2 of the defendants.
Now, as I mentioned, Pooh Shiesty is in custody in Texas. He has been held in a halfway house since he was released from federal custody just a few months ago. Now, we know that his father, as well as rapper Big 30, and 3 other defendants will be here in the federal court in Memphis tomorrow. Of course, Fox 13 will be in the courtroom to tell you what happens. Darcy?
Now, you seen and heard all that. Went to the studio to handle business. Gucci went there to handle business the right way. All right, so some people ask a question like, why Gucci go in there by himself? Well, for one thing, it's a business venture, right? It's a legal business. It's contract work. You don't bring street stuff into, you don't mix street with business. It 100% doesn't work out. It might work for a little bit, and then after that, it's a wrap. It's gonna go out the window, as you can see. Now they done had people, rental cars, hotels, surveillance. So and ain't no getting out of this. Ain't no getting out of this. So what just happened was, in a nutshell, They threw it away. Whatever good life they had before, they threw it away. That's money, cars, jewels, living a life that you weren't living a few years ago. You had it set. Now, I don't know the parameters of the contract that Gucci had him in. From my understanding, he wanted out of the contract. But there's other ways to do it. There are definitely other ways to get yourself out of a contract. Like I just pulled out earlier, that music law book. Get you a lawyer. Understand what you're reading, understand what you're getting into. And this street shit right here won't get involved in legal business. So now with that happening and him being held at gunpoint and forced to sign a contract to release him, that's not a legal binding contract anymore because it was done out of duress. He was forced, he was coerced into signing that. So guess what? Pooh Shiesty is still on the hook for whatever money that Gucci is going to make off of him. Now, you should understand that you as an artist, as a producer or whatever, if you sign with a record label, just understand that if you start off and you get hot, you're going to make some money. But that record label is going to make more. I just say take young NBA Youngboy, for example. When he was signed with Atlantic, I think he probably still is signed with Atlantic. That boy was making hella bank. But he wasn't seeing half of his earnings because the record label was making a lot of money off of him. That's just the way it worked. You could have bought your way out of the contract. You could have got a lawyer. You could have sued your way out of the contract. You didn't have to hold a man at gunpoint to get your way out of a contract. Now you, your daddy, and some other folks is going to jail for a very long time. And guess who out free? Gucci. Because after this whole thing blow over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whenever he go to jail, that's just how it's going to be. He going to be free. He going to go do whatever he do. And that's going to be it. And everybody gonna still be running around talking about Gucci and snitching and all that stuff. I even seen clips online where 50 was clowning Gucci. I don't know how true that is because we already know how people like to doctor up stuff and all that stuff. But hey, I wish the best for Gucci. I feel bad for Shiesty. No, I don't. I don't feel bad for him. You shouldn't have went in there and did that, bro. Shouldn't have went and done that. Now you, Big 30, your daddy, y'all done. It's a wrap. You donezo. Stick a fork in him, he done. Ain't no getting around it. Now, if this had happened just in Memphis, I'm gonna put it together for you. What's gonna get them is this was planned, right? Because Gucci was in Dallas. Pooh Shiesty met him in Dallas. Pooh Shiesty left Memphis. They crossed state lines. Him and 8 other people crossed state lines in order to carry this out. That's how the feds got involved. Now, it'd have been local police if it had happened in Atlanta. No, if it had just happened in Memphis, if Gucci went up there to Memphis to meet up with him. But it happened in Dallas, which was, I'll probably say, it was neutral ground. Neutral. But hey, some of these rappers some of them don't get it, man. Some of them are just plain stupid. And he is one of them. Best wishes to Gucci. I know people gonna talk crazy about him for the next few months, whatever. And Shiesty is gonna go and spend umpteen years in jail. Now, if he get off of this, wow. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow. But hey, look. I'm Black Pharaoh. This has been Hooked on Hip Hop. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And y'all be cool like how y'all be cool. And let me know if I missed something. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know something. All right. I'm out.